The call lasted less than 2 minutes. Her voice was casual, like she was discussing the weather. "Sorry, but no kids at the wedding. You understand, right?" It wasn't a shock at first, until she added, "And that includes Emily. She's still a child, 15 years old, my daughter, my only child. Too young for her wedding, apparently, but not too young to be her flower girl 5 years ago, not too young to babysit her dog when she went on honeymoon." I didn't argue, I just said, "We won't be attending," and hung up. I've always been the older sister, the one who lent her money when her car broke down, the one who hosted every Christmas dinner so she could relax and enjoy herself. I introduced her to half the friends she still has today. I gave, she took. That was the rhythm. When she met her fiancé, she called me that night, "Giddy. I think he's the one," she'd said. I had been happy for her, genuinely. So when she told me my daughter wasn't invited, I didn't hear a boundary. I heard a verdict. We weren't part of her perfect day. We were disposable. For a week, I said nothing. Not to her, not to anyone in the family. I let her send me photos of dress fittings and cake tastings. I replied with polite emojis. Inside, I was filing the moment away. Not out of spite, out of precision. She'd made a choice, and I would make mine. The wedding came and went without us. They all wore champagne satin and grinned in sunlit vineyards. I saw the photos on Facebook. Perfect. Curated. My daughter saw them too. She didn't cry. She just scrolled, handed me my phone, and said, "Guess we're not family anymore." That was the moment my restraint hardened into resolve. You don't hurt my child and get a pass. I waited. Patience is a skill I've honed over years of family politics. And Christmas was coming. For 15 years, Christmas had been at my house, my kitchen, my food, my tree. I handled the hosting, the decor, the endless dishes. My sister loved it. She only had to show up. This year, I made one quiet change. In early November, I sent out invitations, not for Christmas dinner, but for Christmas Eve brunch. I booked it at a beautiful private dining room at the nicest hotel in the city. No kids' table, no overnight stays. Everyone RSVP'd yes. My sister was ecstatic. "Finally, you won't have to cook," she said. I smiled. What she didn't know was that I'd already called the hotel manager. We arranged a custom seating chart, one long table, every place card handwritten by me. When the day came, everyone arrived dressed to impress. The room was warm with candlelight, the smell of cinnamon in the air. They found their seats, laughing, until my sister reached hers. 2 chairs, her place card, and next to it, Emily's. She froze. You invited Emily?" I looked up from pouring my coffee. "Of course, she's my daughter. She belongs at my table." Her cheeks flushed. "But—" I cut her off with a small smile. "I said we wouldn't attend your wedding. I never said she wouldn't be at Christmas." Around us, forks hovered in midair. My father cleared his throat. My aunt glanced between us. Emily sat down gracefully, unfolding her napkin. "Thanks for saving me a seat," she said to no one in particular. The tension hung like frost in the air. I let it sit, because in that moment, every unspoken truth was visible. She had excluded my child to keep her event perfect, but she couldn't control mine. She could ban us from her table, but not from my life. I leaned in slightly, my voice low enough for only her to hear. Funny thing about guest lists, isn't it? They say more about the host than the guests. Her eyes flickered, a tiny crack in the perfect sister facade. And just like that, she knew. This wasn't an accident. This was balance. The rest of brunch went on. Laughter returned in cautious waves. My sister stayed quiet, her fork moving mechanically. Emily chatted with my father, complimenting the food. I sipped my coffee and let the morning unfold exactly as I had planned. By the time we left, the message had been delivered. No shouting, no scenes. Just a single, undeniable truth planted in her mind. She couldn't erase us without consequence. That night, my phone buzzed with a text from her. I didn't realize how much it hurt her. I'm sorry. I didn't reply. Some things don't need a response. Some lessons are more powerful in silence. People think revenge is loud, dramatic, but the most effective kind is quiet. You don't burn bridges, you just reroute the road, so they have to walk a little further to reach you. And as I tucked Emily into bed that night, I realized something. It wasn't about punishing my sister anymore. It was about showing my daughter that we don't beg for seats at someone else's table. We build our own.